I switched from meter to Typhur. It's been 4 months. Today I'm going to tell you whether or not I made the right decision. Let's get into it. What's up, barbecue fans? My name is Jake, and today we're talking about the Typhur Sync Gold Duo and the Quad. It's been about 4 months. I've been putting them through the paces, and I'm ready to share my thoughts. Now, couple housekeeping things here. Now, when you get to a couple thousand subscribers on YouTube, you're gonna start to get some random emails where people will send you free product in exchange for a video. Today, I get them almost every single day. I have a very strict, firm rule. I do not do reviews in exchange for product. I would rather buy the product and keep my integrity than to be a sellout and just do reviews for the sake of doing reviews. There are lots of review channels out there, and that's their thing, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But for me, I take my integrity very seriously, and I will not do a review that's paid where they can have any input on the video. I'm very firm with that up front. So, when I do something like this, I always like to try the product. And I'll give you a prime example. I'm about to announce a partnership trial with a meat company. And the guy who's in charge of their marketing has a Yoder. He's been watching my content for a long time, and he reached out a little while ago and said, hey, we're trying to kind of grow our company. We really love what you're doing. I've been a long time subscriber. Would you be interested in talking to your audience about our meat? And I said, maybe. I need to try it first before I do anything. But I gave him the terms of how I work and everything like that. And I said, I absolutely need to try it before I'm gonna go any further on it. But here's what you need to know when it comes to working with me. And a couple weeks went by, and then he reached out and he said, ownership likes what we're doing here. They want to send you some product to try. And I was like, I already ordered about $300 worth of product. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, I ordered it with my personal email address, so you wouldn't know it was me, and I ordered a whole bunch, and I've already been trying it because I want to get an unbiased, if you're sending me it, it's kind of like you can pick and choose that I get the best cuts, and I just wanted to be an average customer and try it out. At that point in time, I've got a true experience, and I can share it from that perspective. So the same thing comes with any devices. Anything that I ever use on my channel, I've used them for an extended period of time before I will do a review video, and I like to put them through the paces. And in this case, I've used these guys on my Pitch and Spitz Maverick 2000, used them on my Yoder. I also used them on my Komodo model 38-inch. Now, the Yoder's 10 gauge steel, the Pitch and Spitz has got stainless steel, the Komodo model 38 has 2 inches of refractory cement. I also use it on my Workhorse Pitts 1975, which is 3/8 inch thick steel, and on my GE Monogram oven, which is a good couple inches thick of a door. And I really wanted to put these through its paces. I've done short cooks. I've had the base running for as long as 22 hours. And I feel at this point in time I can share some honest input. So with that being said, let me give you a high-level overview of the features. Again, you can check out the other video if you want to go more detail. But where these guys shine, or where they kind of position themselves in the market, is they use sub 1G technology. And what that does is, unobstructed, it can work up to 3,000 feet away from the base, the probe can. Obstructed, up to 700. So I have had a meter plus, a meter block, the 4 thermometer one, a Chef's Temp Pro Temp Plus, and the ThermoWorks RFX. Now, the first 4 are all very similar in the fact that we have temperatures and an ambient probe right here, right? They all have that same type of pattern there. The ThermoWorks RFX went a different route, and they have a wired ambient temperature probe. And I don't know, the marketing and the thought process behind that was that you can kind of get this evaporative cooling zone around your meat that can throw off your ambient temperature. I've seen lots of people test it, no one's been able to see this. But that was kind of their thing, and it's a differentiator for them. Now, ThermoWorks makes a great thermometer. They're scientific, they're world renowned for making a great thermometer. But that differentiator kind of annoyed me. And I was kind of looking for something else. And then I started seeing some review videos and first looks at the Typhur products, and I was like, let me try them. So what do we got here? We got sub 1G connections here, right? And that gives us 3,000 feet unobstructed from our probe to our base, right? Obstructed, it's up to 700 feet. Now, what I did is I put my probe in a piece of meat in my Kamado, which again is 2 inches thick. And I used my golf range finder and walked out into the field behind my house, about 300 feet with the base, walked around, 0 drops. When I got to about 305, I got my first drop. Now, for being inside of a refractory cement cylinder, 300 feet is pretty darn good, and who the heck is gonna do that anyhow? But what's more common for me and may apply to you is it's been a shitty winter. It's been terrible. It's been cold, it's been extremely high winds, it's been rainy, it's been snowy. So I've been in my house a lot when I use this guy. So I leave these guys right inside. Now I have a stucco house, and if you know anything about stucco's very thick. You know, I'm an IT guy by trade. We support technology for businesses, right? And for me, I had to put in a higher end wireless access points so that I could use my Sonos outside. And you know, when people think about wireless, lots of times when they're talking about the meter and the drops, they're like, oh, well, it's your wireless network. No, sorry, my wireless network is rock solid. In fact, I can be at the end of my half acre and I can still be controlling my Sonos music outside, no problem. So my wireless is rock solid. But the other features you got there is you've got 2 probes on this guy, 4 on here. And what we've got here is we've got 5 sensors in here and then an ambient sensor. And actually, if I pull up my phone here, we can look at where these sensors are real quick. And that'll give you an idea of what you're working with. Typhur, oh, I gotta turn it back on here. If you don't use them, they will turn off after about 5 minutes. So you can see I've got the gold duo and the quad here. And if I go to my history here, oh, that's not gonna show it to me. Well, while I'm here, I'm gonna show you one thing. You can see that I had this in my oven, and the cook time was 7 hours, 6 hours and 52 minutes. And then I stopped the cook, but I kept the temperature going because I wanted to make sure that my oven was holding temperature properly. And you can see the fluctuations here in temperature, but you can see that this went for about 23 hours, right? And that's unplugged, no charge. We'll talk about the charging in a sec here. If I go, let's see, let me go to here. Oh, perfect. So I'm in the advanced mode. You can see we're black here, and you can see I've been playing with the probes a little bit here, but you can see that the orange here is 77, and then we go up to 78 at the top, right? Gives you an idea of where all the probes are through here. And you know, when you're doing a big piece of meat, this just gives you some extra insight into what's going on. What else we got? We got standalone base. So if you don't want to use your phone for whatever reason, we simply go here, we unplug our guy, we do a manual cook, or you could do a smart cook, up to you. We'll do a manual one for here, just leave it at 210 and away we go. It'll say our target temperature is here and our ambient temperature is there. And oh, let me go do this one. But if I want to go over here and I want to do a smart cook, I can arrow over here and we'll do a smart cook, and just so you can see the difference. And we'll set that one at 205, right? So it's giving my ambient and the probe temp, which obviously are going to be about the same because we're inside. But what happens here, the smart cook starts to use some technology, so it predicts how long till your cook's done, just like the meter does. The other thing that we got here is we've got like a long-lasting battery, right? So this base will last a minimum of 25 hours on one charge. The probes will last 25 hours on a charge. And the cool thing is that there's nothing worse than going to use your wireless thermometer and forgetting that you didn't charge it last time and the battery's dead. So what these guys have is they've got a rapid charge. So we can plug it in USB-C, plug it in for 2 minutes, and it charges fast enough that it'll last up to 2 hours. And it only takes 2 hours for the entire full charge. So it's a rapid charge on both the probes and the base itself, which is great. The probes themselves are IPX8 waterproof, so you can put them in your dishwasher, whatever you want. I find, because I'm a little anal, there's a number here, I'll show you on camera. It will get a little dirty from the smoke, so I'll take a soft non-squatch pad and just give it a scrub so that my numbers are white. Might be a little anal. What else we got? The ambient temperature is good to 932 degrees, and I think that's about it. It works with your, you can use the app to set up a cook. I mean, I'll show you that real quick. And so when we're looking at here, you can see that both my probes are fully charged. We'll grab one out, and then we'll set up a cook, and then we'll do beef. And what are we gonna do? We will do a brisket. Set your temperature wherever you want, start, and away you go. It'll take a little bit of time. It'll pop up on my watch, it'll pop up on my phone and tell me the estimated cook time for everything. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because as you know, I switched from some other products to this product for a very specific reason, and I think all of us can relate, and that is wireless drops. This guy claims to not have any. The other one that claims to use a different technology is the ThermoWorks RFX, and I can tell you without a doubt, it does not drop. Everything else, the first four, all dropped numerous times. I mean, it does not matter what I've done. You know, when I went from the Plus, I was like, oh, I gotta get the base, I get the wireless repeater, and I've literally had it right next to my Yoder and been inside 15 feet away, and I get a drop continuously. This guy, I have not had any problems. I have actually taken this base over to my neighbor's house and used it from there and not had any drops. Again, I've been out 300 feet in my backyard with the base when this was in my Kamado, and I have not had any drops either. So, from the wireless perspective, rock solid, A+. No complaints there whatsoever. The app is good. One of the challenges with the ThermoWorks product is that it is a thermometer. It's a basic app, right? Doesn't have a lot of smarts in it, whereas this adds some smarts in it along with some of the other products out there. If I had to ding this on one thing, I would ding it on its carryover algorithm, right? So, if you're doing chicken or whatever, and you tell it you want it done at 155, it's gonna pull it a little higher than I would normally do it. And I think that it kind of underestimates your carryover temperature just a little bit. It depends what you're cooking. It doesn't do it on everything. It is a software tweak, in my opinion, but it's very minor. I know what carryover temperatures are. So when I'm cooking, I'm not using this to tell me the carryover temperatures. I'm really using it to give me a ballpark idea of how much time is left in the cook so I can work on some other things. Or if I'm outside running errands or whatever, I can see on my watch and I've got an idea, hey, is my pit still running at the temperature I want it at? And how long do I have before I gotta be back home? That's where I really use it. The charging works amazingly. In fact, this guy was on for 23 hours last night, and I charged it for 3 minutes before I started. I really wanted to see what would happen, and you can see that we've got one bar there, but this has been on the entire time I've been filming. I actually got into the middle of the video, and I got a call that interrupted the video. So I mean, this has been going now for well over an hour on that 3-minute charge. So as far as these two models, they are identical. This one's off, I'll turn it back on. But the only difference is that we got 2 probes versus 4 probes. As you pull them out, they'll turn on. And then in the app, you control one or the other. But other than that, they're identical. They've got a little kickstand on them. They will stand, but you really want to use the kickstand on them. And you can use either or, base alone with the app, whatever you want to do. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll start with the base and then I'll leave and I'm like, oh, I forgot to look at it, and then I can take over in the app. It'll pick up what's going on there. So that's always good. Overall, really happy with them. I've got 0 complaints on them. I think that if you give them a shot, you'll be happy as well. I do have a discount code below for you that'll save you 10% on them. Either or, quad or the dual. I don't think you can go wrong with having an extra set of probes there once in a while, but it all depends on what kind of cooking you do. Obviously with me, I've got a few different smokers, so it's nice to be able to kind of put them in different smokers and be able to control it with one. But the final decision on this guy is that I give it 2 thumbs up, super happy with it. I don't know how many cooks I have on it, probably 30, 40 at this point in time, and I have had 0 problems. So hopefully that helps you if you're in the market for a wireless thermometer and you're weighing the pros and cons of what's out there. Seriously, give these guys a look, and I think that you won't be disappointed. Thanks as always for watching. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to check out that first look video, I'll link it right here. Check that out. I go into a little bit more details on it. I think you'll find it valuable. Again, thanks for watching. New videos every Sunday. I'll see you soon.